Okay, let's move on to expressing hundredth as decimal. Just now Miss Wong already said, let's talk about the place value. You have ones. Don't forget about the decimal point. And after the decimal point, the first place value after the decimal point is tenth. Just now you learned already, that means it's divided into 10 equal parts. And the next one, can you make a guess what's the next place value? Yes, it's hundredth. What does hundred mean? With the TH, it means that it's divided into 10 equal parts and only one part is shaded. So this is 100th, or express it as a fraction, 1 out of 100 equal parts. So if you express it as a decimal, you'll be 0, 1 because it's less than 1. Don't forget the decimal. And then it's not tenth. There's nothing for the tenth as well. And 100th. This is 0.01. 100. Remember to write the TH. Okay, so if I go on to the next one. So this will be 2 out of 100 equal parts. So this is 2 hundredth, 300th, 400th, 500th, 600th, 700th. So can you tell me what about this one? How do you write this? Okay, give me the answer. Yes, do you get it? 900th. With the S, please don't forget the S. So got it? Yes. And then after 900, you get 1/10. So 1/10 equals to 10/100th. Okay, it's like, if you remember, 1/10 equals to 10 ones. Remember, you learned this in primary 1. So 1/10 is equals to 10/100ths. Okay, so now let's go on to express 237/100th as a decimal. So Miss Wong said already, place value is important. So I'm just going to write ones. Sometimes you can have tens also. Sometimes you can have tens. Let's just do it, okay? Followed by the decimal. And do you remember what's the place value after the decimal? Yes, tenth. And the next one? Hundredth. Ooh, I was going to squeeze in. So, okay, 337. So, I'm just going to, so seventh, we start from the back. Seventh, hundredth. Then 3 will be 7/10. 7/10. And followed by the 3 ones. Okay. Why did I start with the hundredth? Because this is hundredth. Can you see this? I'm going to redo again and let you see. Okay?
Yes.
Ready? I'm going to let you see, Do again. So now, let's go. Do you see the 700? Okay, 700. The next place value will be tenth. This will be tenth. Followed by 3 ones. So it's 3.37. Okay, or you can look at it this way. So see, 3 ones, 3/10, and 700. Okay, so it has 2 decimal places. Okay, 2 decimal places. How I remember when I was a kid, I remember as 100, 20. So 2 decimal places. This is how I remember when I was a kid. I don't know whether you can, maybe you can remember this way to help you remember. So like 10, there's only 1 0, so there's only 1 decimal place. That means after the decimal point, there's only 1 value. So this is how I remember, a little trick to help you remember as a kid. Alright, so let's do the next one. Let's do the simple one now. 0.03. So very simple. Let's draw the place value first. Okay, ones, decimal point, tenth. And the last one, which is very long, is 100. Okay, so let's try. So I always start at the back. So 3, 2 decimal place, right? This is 2 decimal place. 2 decimal place. Okay, so 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place. Okay, so 2 decimal place. So 3. So 0 is 0 ones. Okay, followed by the decimal. Don't forget the decimal, please. Don't forget the decimal. This one is terrified that you forget the decimal. And the next one you have is 0. 0 tenth. And the last digit, last value will go to the 100. Okay, this is how you do. Can you see this? Yes. So 0 ones, nothing to write. 0 tenth and 300th. So 300 100, that means it's divided into 100 parts. That means this is divided into 100 parts. That means 100 parts. The denominator is 100 and there's 300th. So answer is 3 out of 100 equal parts. So I'm going to do the very difficult one, this one. Scary, right? So remember what Dimiso said? Don't care about the decimal first. Let's look at 55. At this time, you should learn that 55 is 5 tenths, 5 ones. This one I learned in primary 1. 55, 5 tenths, 5 ones. Easy? And then don't forget the decimal point. Okay, so I'm going to erase away. So now what is left is, I'm going to erase the 55. What is left is 0.65. The next place value is tenth. I'm going to squeeze a bit. So 6 is here. Got it? Followed by the hundredth. Okay, got it? So the 5. So now I'm going to write down the whole number first. So this is definitely more than 1 because 5, 10, 5, 1. So a lot of students forget this one. And then you can see 65 hundredths. Can you see this? So 65 hundredths. So this is divided into 100 equal parts. So the denominator is definitely hundreds. And what is left? 65. So this is the numerator. So there you go. You have the fraction now. Okay, so remember there's two decimal place. So denominator is 100, like 2 zeros. This is how I remember. Now can you try to do the 15.07 and the 2.04? Okay, let's start. 15.07. So 15, let's just erase the 0.07 and just look at 15. 15 by now you should know tens and ones. You should know that 15 is 1 10, 5 ones. Easy? Then followed by your decimal point. And now that is 0.7, so you have 10, which is 0. And the next place value, I hope you remember, is 100. So 15 is more than 1. This is the whole number. Don't forget. A lot of people forget to write down the whole number. Now let's look at the fraction. 700. Not 7/10, the 0/10, 700. So what you have left is 7 hundredths. Hundredth means it's divided into 100 parts. So the denominator has to be 10 or 100. 100. Why? Because it's divided into 100 parts and sevenths. So there you go. This is the fraction. 15/700. Okay? What about this one? So 2 ones. So this, please don't tell me 2 tens, it's 2 ones. Remember to write down the decimal point. 0.4. So 0.10. 400. Okay, let's go. So don't forget the 2 because it's more than 1. Now let's get it. This is 400. Can you see 400? 400 means 4 out of 100 because it's 100 equal parts.